Hey, what's going on, Mages? I know this is an old video, man, and I'm glad to see you back on YouTube. And you send me a lot of videos. I never, sometimes I don't watch them. I haven't been watching them because I try to watch a lot of videos, but I got stuff going on. But I have been watching, your most recent videos and some of your older ones, and I like the stuff that you talk about. It's why I subscribe to you. um, if you've seen my If you've seen any of my videos about anime, I'm pretty much on the fence. But mostly I was jumping into, the so-called anime war on YouTube. Oh, it was crazy. It was sometime last year, right before during the spring. This whole so-called YouTube anime war. The anime haters wanted to get rid of the AMVs. The people that made the AMVs were getting pissed. They say, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You know. But I've been on the fence. But why do I like anime? Well, I said this in my other video response that Grappler JMO made. My earliest exposure was Ronin Warriors. Was my first exposure to anime. Need I say more? If you've seen Ronin Warriors and you're like 8 or 9, 10 years old, you know what I'm talking about. That shit was raw when it came out. I mean, every day after school, I would run home, catch the last 15 minutes of it. I had all the Ronin Warriors, but I didn't have the, I didn't have Anubis and Sekhmet and those guys. I didn't have their action figures. But the Ronin Warriors, I had all of them. I like them more than Power Rangers, because Power Rangers was getting kind of lame. But that's a whole nother video. I'm gonna do nostalgia trips. That's my I'm gonna start a video series called Nostalgia Trip soon. So it should be pretty interesting to pull some old stuff out of the memory bank that a lot of guys gonna be like, oh, I remember that. But anyway, Ronin Warriors started off. It's not that deep. Like, it doesn't mess with your mind like Evangelion and all that shit. It's just some guys in some magic armor and they fight bad guys. Something simple. And then Sailor Moon came out, and I felt kind of guilty and embarrassed about that because I know it was aimed at girls. I mean, I was a kid. I was a kid, but it wasn't rocket science to figure out, it was made for girls. But Sailor Moon kicked ass. I still watched it. And I told people that I watched it, and, I don't care if they beat me up or anything. I used to draw Sailor Moon all the time because it was easier than trying to draw all the details for the swords and the armor of Ronin Warriors. And then when Dragon Ball Z came out, because I was watching Dragon Ball already, and I also wear Dragon Ball Z because I used to read the little catalogs, find out Goku grows up and dies and all this other shit. It's like, wow, when are we going to see this? And when Dragon Ball Z came on, I was bitten by the bug. And what really sealed the deal is Blockbuster. I spent $8 of my allowance to go buy Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. And I used to hide it away because all the cussing and the violence in it. I didn't want my parents, I would have gotten in trouble. And I would rent Ranma 1/2 from Blockbuster and stuff like that. And I think one time my cousin, somehow he convinced his mom to let him rent Ninja Scroll. And I heard about it. It was like the rumor at school, in middle school. It was like a rumor going around. It was like, you seen that cartoon where like this big rock monster, he's licking this girl's legs. And I was like, what is that? I want to see that shit. I told my cousin about it. Same rumor was going around there, and then somehow he rented it. And, man, that shit was crazy, and that was it. I was in love with anime after that, cause anime, in a lot of like the TV series, the animation doesn't match. In some instances, I'm not saying all of them, the animation quality, not every series, but some series, is not up to the American standard, like Disney level. Disney is the top we got, and anime TV series are like down here, but the movies were up here because of the level of detail involved and the storyline and the dialogue and what the movies are about. Like the last anime film I watched that was really great was Paprika. Paprika was really good. And depending on what you're watching, the animation's better than others. Just like American cartoons. Like some American cartoons, like we're better at fluidity and motion, and just for the sake of we take a lot of detail out. But the fluidity and motion of the animation is really good. But the reason why I like anime, the storylines are great. The storylines are unique. It's not the same thing all the time. In most instances, I mean, in American animation, it gets monotonous. Disney is all about the princess. That's what Disney is all about. That's how, even when I was a boy, the only Disney movies I liked were like Aladdin and Lion King. In my honest opinion, Aladdin was like the best animated Disney film I have ever watched. Next to Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, Aladdin's number one in my book. And that's mostly because, it was targeted towards boys. You got shit like Snow White and Pocahontas and Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast. That's for girls, I couldn't get into that. And over here, animation is still seen as kid stuff. Just like comic books are just seen as kid stuff. Over there, manga is read unashamed by adults and teenagers. Comics are over here, but, sort of looked at as a joke, and animation is not really seen or taken as seriously as film is. Only in certain circles. And that's why, you get a lot of monotony in animation. And there's exceptions to the rule, like The Simpsons and Family Guy and American Dad and King of the Hill and South Park, stuff like that, where it's, they take animation, they try, it's funnier to us because these are cartoons with mature themes. It's funnier to us because we see cartoons as kid stuff. That's the angle, that's why they sell that way. But anime, they have serious storylines and they're taking it seriously as like TV shows. But as of yet, and the differences between the two is good. It's good that they're both different. And I'm not saying that I love all anime. I mean, there's some anime I can't stand. Like Evangelion, there's some things I did love about it, but there's a lot of stuff I did not like about it, including the endings. I didn't like the endings. I don't care what circumstances it was made in. I didn't like it. I mean, I give them credit for the effort, but damn, it couldn't end on a happy ending, or shit like that, And to top it all off, the creator got pissed off at the fans, whatever. I already covered that. Whatever. But, I fell in love with anime back then, and, unfortunately, I haven't been watching as much as I would have liked to years ago, mostly because I'm unaware of anything new that's come out that's really hot, that I haven't really been surfing around checking anything new out. The newest thing I checked out was like Paprika, Black Lagoon, and I caught part of some new series Gainax has put out. I forgot the name of it. I saw part of Read or Die. That was real interesting. I hate Bleach. Inuyasha was alright for a while, but I still haven't found on the damn Shikon Jewel shard, so I stopped watching that. Samurai Champloo was awesome. Ghost in the Shell was awesome. And, that's about it. I haven't seen anything in the last 6, 7, 8 months that's really caught my eye. But if you know any good stuff, if you recommend anything new, I like to check that out. But yeah. Why do I like anime? Because it's different, it's original, it's creative, it's fun. If you're looking for something a little bit out the box, but something you can really get into, that's what anime is to me. Always new, intriguing, masterful, and edgy anime.